Alright, so I'm going to do some drawing before I go to work today. I'm going to try and talk while I'm drawing for most of it. Just try to explain sometimes how when I'm drawing, I'm just trying to do maybe shapes that are a little bit more, how do you say? The odder the shape is, usually the more fun you're going to be able to have with it. Like I find what happens when I'm got an appointment on, like this morning I've got an appointment on and it's all going to be drawing on, so I try and do as much drawing as I can the night before or the morning of, just to get myself prepared. I think like I can't really do any of this unless I'm constantly practicing hand movements and shapes and what shapes look good. I know a lot of this stuff, it looks like real, not real thought out, or as if I'm not thinking about what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but I've just done it over and over and over and over. And then once you do that for long enough, you start to figure out like patterns, and a lot of the stuff that I draw kind of has a lot of the same shapes in it. So yeah, I'll try and explain that while I'm doing some drawing this morning. I like doing these little kind of squiggly crack bits around eyes and that. I'll draw like some smaller skulls in a moment and explain how I can get around making even the smaller stuff still look kind of interesting. When I draw bones, I always go like try and make like a kind of a dog bone kind of end to it, and then I'll do like another straight line and then a big spike. I think like if you do a little nub bit in here and bring it back in, then when you shade it, you've got room to exaggerate things and make things look a little bit more interesting. I'll do another spike, go on this way, in, make it real long. I find like the more long and skinny you make it, it just makes it more exaggerated, gives it a little bit more time to, more space to be interesting. I think Zoe's about to walk in the door from the gym. I'm going to get a different colour now. And I'll show you how I explain how I do a smaller one. I do it like, I usually draw the eyes in and do it all like that. Like if I just do it, bring the eye socket so it's like that. I know this isn't the best explanation while I'm doing it, but hi Zoe, I'm making a video. And there you're in it. That's cute. You're like, oh, little doggy. Hello. How was the gym?
I was wondering why you were mumbling. Yeah, it was really good.
You glad to be back? That's good. Some orange. I usually use like flames to separate things. Someone came in the other day and they're like, oh yeah, you're going to Ballarat, you're going to get some flames. And I was like, well, I guess I do put them in everything. I think the movement when you draw flames is pretty important. Try to make some bits look pretty exaggerated and like longer, I guess. Just like one long bit will always make the drawing a bit more interesting. Even like just go like that, and then you'll get like a more interesting kind of shape too. And you can draw like more flame off it. You come back in and do the shapes, and then when I draw around that, it'll be a bit more interesting like later. It doesn't always have to be like so perfect, and like the typical shape's more like that, but I find when I do ones like that, it makes it a little bit more interesting. I might do some cloud. I hadn't really drawn much cloud around anything until the last, like, maybe 2 years. I just wasn't good at doing it, and I don't know if I am now yet either, but just find if you do like a little bit of cloud, not heaps, just around some things in a design, like for background anyway, just makes it a little bit more, you know, you can color this in orange and then do this bit so it's negative and you've got like almost like a border around your flame without really having to do much with the design. So I feel like I'm so monotone when I'm talking today. Try to get a bit more excited. Alright, I might do a grill ahead here. I'll get like a darker kind of colour. Maybe I'll do it thinner pen. I always try and go and make real aggressive kind of dips, and then with the eye, set back his little eyebrow bone there. If you do these little cheek, like bone kind of muscle things there, you can set the eyes to be kind of like dig into the areas like that. Probably needs another one there. It's a bit bodgy, but nostrils. Yeah, usually when I do the hair, I go pretty crazy just because I think when you do show more movement with things like this. Like this drawing isn't meant to be like perfect either. It's just an example of like a warm up before a day at work. I'd usually do this the night before, but I haven't been drawing anywhere near as much as I used to lately. So this is like a good thing to kind of get me back on motivated. Cheekbones out like that. Down, that. Do a little ear over here. Always do my ear shapes to be pretty weird. And then I'll bring, when I'm doing a gorilla's mouth, if you want it to be like, ah, you want to go like, bring it back and go, woo, almost like how Homer and Barney, like from The Simpsons, burp. You draw their mouth like that. And then you're going to get like that kind of rumble look in his mouth. I try and do that when I draw like panthers and stuff as well. But this is just an example. You know, the movement in this one's not the best, but we'll do. I always draw like the little creases in his nose and shit. The more of those you have up here, as long as they're in the right spot, they'll make him look a little bit more aggressive. Spiky hair. And then same with his tongue, if you make the tongue kind of go. A lot of the movements you have to make these designs look interesting are loose as fuck. You can't do it like, you can't go like, and fuck around like that because it doesn't work. It just looks like you're trying too hard. We'll do it so he's like looking over at the skull. So he's like peering over here like, what the fuck is that? You know? That's alright. That's not too bad for, like, not the best, but not the worst. Alright, I might do maybe a little bit of flame around him. I always think about when I draw flames and stuff, like I'm in a car and I'm doing a burnout, because that's the energy you want to have. Like, it probably sounds stupid, but if you want your drawings and your artwork to look energetic and shit, you can't draw like, you know, I always talk shit on iPads, but I do use them sometimes, but you can't draw stuff to look like it's got energy or it's moving or it's got emotion and shit if you just, you know, like tracing shit or like going like this. Like, hand drawing is the best by far, especially on paper, just like what I'm doing now. It's my favorite. All right, I'm gonna do, maybe I do another gorilla head, but I'll do it side on. I'll do it like here. Eyes here. Nose is gonna go like that. Lip, lip. Some teeth. This will be real simplistic looking head because it's quite small, but that kind of burp shape again. And then lip. Find when you make the bottom jaw like real square, give it a like that kind of shape. It makes his head look more like he's got a way heavier head. It makes him look tough, I guess. I just hate when people draw gorillas and they look fucking just real boring, you know. They've got that like look in their face. Like, I'm not saying this is the best one ever, but I just like to draw them or see them drawn a little bit more crazy. You know, same thing with the tongue. And then, you know, if you want to make him more aggressive, you got to get rid of his eye and make it like that. Make it. That one's alright. It's not too crazy, but maybe I'll give him a hand. I'm not the best at drawing hands because what happens is I always draw them like the wrong way around. I think I've already drawn this one the wrong way around. Because I'd want to be drawing the thumb, and I've drawn the thumb the wrong way around, but whatever, doesn't matter. Draw a little fist and then do a little explosion around it with blue. Yeah. I might do like a real mongolated kind of skull that will fill in this spot, and then I might leave it at that just because I've tried to explain what I've got going on. None of it's too crazy, but it's more about the talking while you're drawing. It's just a lot more difficult than you'd think. Alright. Yeah, see, like all these shapes I use for these skulls, they're fucked. Like, they're just like, look at how I'm holding the pen. I don't even hold it properly. Because, like, if I was to hold it properly, I would probably be making shapes that are like more rigid and not as loose, you know. I want everything to be like just drawn quickly. I get a lot of my inspo for this shit from you know those train moniker guys? They draw like, this is like the same skull I drew here, but different I guess. But they would draw like with a chalk marker on the side of a freight train, and they do it really fast. And then that would be like their little moniker kind of thing. I feel like if I was to do one, mine would be something like this, maybe a screaming gorilla head with the skull on his hand or something. But there you go, there's, yeah, it's pretty simple. Maybe some more flames. hard because my little video stand thing's kind of in the way, but whatever. I always try and just make do, even if, you know, some of this stuff isn't the best, but who cares? I like doing it. It's just like keep doing it, keep drawing. Don't let, you know, being perfect ruin your training. Like, you know, this is just basically, I look at it as like I'm just training myself to be able to draw like the things I want to tattoo like faster, you know what I mean? Like, and straight away, like one line. Like I could draw most of this stuff on and just tattoo it straight off this sketch that I'm doing right now, and it would turn out pretty good, like, because I keep practicing like this. And yeah, I'm fortunate that I've got, you know, it's not super busy in Ballarat, so I've got time to make things like this, make little videos and draw more. Yeah, when I do little skulls, I always just colour in the eyes like that, and then I'll do the nose shape like full in like that, and then it just always ends up better. You can, you know, make it more kind of goofy, because little skulls, they kind of always look kind of shit because they can't do too much because they're small. But I think the method that I've kind of worked out to draw them small and still make them look like interesting, rather than just like two of the same dots with the same little nose and shit every time. Yeah, I find it like that method's really good. Just do a shape, do the eyes, another eye there, little shape for the nose like that. This is pretty much the same one I just drew next to it, but slightly bigger. But you know, you can change the teeth, leave a gap, do another tooth here, another tooth there, bring it back. There you go. You know, I used to just stress so much about drawing. Like, I wasn't very good at it. I still don't think I'm like the greatest at it, but I can get out what I want to get out now. Like, you know, maybe I put a little eyeball in here, maybe this one. Another, that one can stay blank. Might do one more of these kind of skulls down here, and then that might be it for the video. But anyway, today I'm just about to go to work. I'm tattooing Cody Hill. He's getting his arms filled in by me, and a lot of these like methods that I'm doing and the way I'm drawing is probably what I'm going to use. You know, and I'll be able to do it really quick, it'll be efficient. It's all off the top of my head. I'm not looking at people's books and shit. I feel like, you know, as much as this stuff's inspired by like Ed Hardy and Chad and Greg Christian and shit, I've figured out how to do it myself. It's kind of my own way of doing the way that I want to tattoo and draw, you know. And some of this stuff isn't, you know, it's not always perfect, but at least I can do it like off my own hands, and you know, that's what I've always wanted to do and achieve. And without sounding corny, like, yeah, I have so much fun doing this shit. It's so much better than looking at reference books and tracing shit on your iPad. It's fucking boring, you know. All my appointments lately have basically been people just coming in and getting shit like this. And that probably comes from me sharing it and explaining like how it gets done, maybe, I'm not sure. But I did something similar to what I'm doing right now yesterday, and it was so fun. The guy travelled, it's an awesome guy, he was a runner, and yeah. Alright, that's going to be it. Thanks very much. I'll do another drawing video in the next couple of days. I'm going to try and do one every day. Alright, see you guys.